and save. Okay, hi Twitch is in the YouTubes and the hello.
Hello
Hola.
to the Twitches and the YouTubes and the streamers.
Gru has joined us. I'm happy.
Slippy, could you please post the link if you haven't already, because you're probably already on it.
To where?
Oh, we don't have to do that. Ha ha! Ha ha! Ho! Just kidding. We don't have to do all the things. Oh my lord.
We'll show them. We won't let them give us money.
The things are done.
I was like, wait, what do you mean? There's still, but okay.
Somebody
you take it away, person who's
the
the host. And is
I've already got
question block in
I've
case
already got
comes through.
Discord pulled up. We've got a question.
Oh, hello, one
Let's see
YouTube viewer. We love to have you. I'm gonna start the music
It's
and
me.
we shall start the show. Oh, it's you. Well,
Yeah.
that's a buzzkill.
Hi, one YouTube watcher.
It's what I do.
Can't get enough of Infendo Radio? Head to infendo.com and see everything else we're up to.
If you like cartoony Italian plumbers, you're in the right place. Infendo Radio is on now.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Infendo Radio, episode 580 freaking 4. I am here with my two favorite co-hosts in the world. I can say that because the other one isn't here to defend himself. My name is Lucas, but I am joined by the ever immaculate Eugene and the always ostentatious Steven. Eugene, since I said your name first.
I'm doing good. The one thing that is not so good is that my kid won't sleep, so I won't sleep. So I've got some bags under these eyes. Sorry about that, guys.
It's like, well, that's just fine, and your internet connection is just fine too. Steve, how you doing tonight, buddy?
I could not be better. I have a baby ghast above me on my video, if you're watching us at Twitch. And I hate the guys that are on my other side, just like I do in Minecraft Dungeons. We'll talk about that later.
Beautiful. Not that either of you asked, but I'm also doing fine, so, thanks for that.
Oh, shots fired. We're in trubs, Eugene.
My bad.
We're going to do something a little bit different since, as we announced last month, we no longer have a Patreon channel. So we're not going to be shouting out and doing all that stuff anymore. What we are going to do is break straight into the news. So, guys, there's actually a lot to talk about this week. So let's talk about it, right? We had a Pokemon Direct. That was the highlight of my week. We got a new Smash Bros. Character tonight that none of us have tried yet. We're great at this show. But who wants to go first? Let's talk about stuff. We got stuff to talk about.
Could we talk about the rumor first, since it's rumory?
Let's get the rumor out of the way.
Okay, so Switch Pro, guys, like, what are your feelings? Like, I know Lucas said that if the Switch Pro comes out, you might get it just because of the state of the your current Switch. But, like, is anybody dying for
If the Switch Pro
this?
comes out, I will get it.
You mean the fact that the Switch I currently have is being held together by two pieces of tape, Eugene? No, that's no reason to get the system.
Yeah, maybe that.
I'll be getting it.
I'm not dying to get it, but I'll get it if it comes out. Like, don't get me wrong, I'll be first in line,
I don't buy into the rumors of a Switch Pro anymore. I think it could happen, but I think if and when it does happen, it's going to be completely independent of rumors. I think one rumor is as credible as another, and I think rumors from 3 years ago are as credible as rumors from tonight. So every time I hear Switch Pro, I roll my eyes a little bit at this point, just because I'm off it. I'm off the train. I'm off the.
It was the eye roll heard round the world.
Yeah, exactly. Sure. Yeah, no, I mean, if the Switch Pro did something new, if the Switch Pro did something good, if I needed a Switch Pro to play a certain game, I would get a Switch Pro. But
okay, so let's talk about what the rumors say it is going to do.
Yeah.
The two big parts that I heard about were the Samsung-made OLED screen, and it's supposed to output 4K. I could give a crap less about the 4K output because I don't have a 4K TV, which is also why I have a PS5. However, However, when I worked at GameStop, I got a Gen 1 cellular PlayStation Vita with the OLED screen, and I played that thing so much that it died. So I upgraded to the version 2, the blue
And
one.
they don't look
That
as
was a
good. They don't
story
look
I'll
as
have to
nice.
tell
Yeah.
someday. No, the screen is not as nice.
No.
So if they're going to give us a Switch that has an OLED screen, that is an instant graphical upgrade for anything that is on it.
And apparently it's gonna, you know, according to the rumors, right, it'll consume less battery life. So assuming the Switch Pro will have a higher battery life than even like the red Switch that you have or whatever, right? The red box Switch.
I was going to say, yeah, it'll have a higher capacity battery on top of that, too.
Yeah, none of that stuff really hypes me in any particular way. You know, a big fancy screen is nice, I guess. You know, pretty 4K, whatever. That might as well be the same thing as the OLED thing because I don't understand one from the other. But yeah, and the battery life thing, I just plug my system in when it starts to die. You know, like I don't know. The reason I got a new 3DS when that came out was because there were games on it that I wanted to play. Right, Smash Bros was really hard to play on an old 3DS, and Xenoblade was exclusive to the new 3DS. So I was like, okay, I have a justifiable reason to pick this thing up. I don't really have that with the current Switch Pro rumors. You know, if the Switch Pro becomes the Super Switch and it's the new thing, and all the new games are being built for that hardware, then I'm upgrading, you know, and God willing, it'll still play old Switch games too, and then I can have a second Animal Crossing island. But yeah,
if it like loads games faster and stuff like that too, that would be a nice bonus because of I mean, you would think that it would have to have a better processor and like all that, right, to be able to output to 4K. So hopefully that would also increase like load time, stuff like that.
You want to talk games with bad load times? I can talk to you about two of them. Minecraft and Minecraft Dungeons. It's atrocious.
That sounds like
almost making me want to play on PC.
That sounds like a Microsoft issue.
It is a Microsoft issue. Microsoft needs to fix that issue.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm kind of the odd one out here, but like load times have never really been a huge thing. Like Animal Crossing New Horizons is a really bad loading when you first load into the game. It's kind of obnoxious. You have to load into the actual like title screen, and then you have to wait an equally long time to load into your island. You know, that can be kind of annoying. But I wouldn't pay $300 for a better experience. You know, that's just not on my prerogatives. So
I would, and I will.
Yeah, we know. Well, that's Switch Pro. I guess we should mention yeah.
Well, I was going to lead into the next topic, so finish your thought.
Oh, I was just going to say we should mention, you know, we kind of glanced by this, but the reason that we're talking about this is because yet again, Switch Pro rumors are in the news, right? Like this is something.
Yeah, this was from Bloomberg. Again, I don't know if we mentioned that one, but it was like a Bloomberg feature, as it were. Yeah.
So stay tuned for that, I guess. Okay, Steve, take it away. What do you got?
All right. So, in fun fashion, we used to do the show on Wednesdays. Directs that happen on Thursdays. So what did we do? We moved the show to Thursday. Pokemon Company was nice enough to give us a Pokemon Presents on Friday, and they unveiled
a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff.
The first thing to note was that they were going to do a concert with Post Malone, scheduled for Pokemon Day. And since Pokemon Day has also happened, that was on February 27th, they've also unveiled the CD that they're doing, or the album that they're doing, will have 11 different artists across, it was either 14 or 15 different tracks, I forget. And that'll release, towards the end of the year, is what they said. They also announced that we are getting the long-rumored Diamond and Pearl remakes. They are called, amazingly, easy to remember because they're so awesome, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
And needless to say, the internet's mad about it.
Yeah, because it's not done in Gen 8. When I saw the trailer, I actually thought it was a Let's Go game. Yeah, because it's the same graphics.
It's very chibi. And if Justin were here to defend this game, he's excited for this one. He actually thinks that this one looks, I believe he said, better than the other game that we're going to be talking about in a little bit, at least regarding frame rate. But Yeah, it's a bit of a faithful recreation of the original art style, right? It doesn't have all that like pop and panazz that you would have expected from, a game that was built in the same kind of engine as Sword and Shield. So
they did that with another game recently that they remade on the Switch too, Link's Awakening.
Oh, really? Yes, they did.
And Link's Awakening looks stunning.
But I've already seen a lot of people criticizing this game in comparison to Link's Awakening online. A lot of people are saying
criticizing.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that the lighting in this game just doesn't pop, it doesn't work like Link's Awakening did.
Mm-hmm.
It's missing that level. Fortunately, I'm a slob and I take what I'm given and I consume it, So like I didn't care. I saw it and my only criticism was I was like, oh, I don't like the graphics, but I don't really care because I don't even really like Gen 4 all that much. So these were always like a stepping stone to black and white remakes for me. I could care less about these games. But
now we're one stone closer.
Honestly, I think Diamond and Pearl might have been my favorite. I don't know why, because I think that was at a time.
It's a lot of people's.
I think it was a time and place thing, quite honestly, because it was at a time where I was like, fresh out of college, sort of, actually I think I was still in college, but like, fresh out of high school, living on my own, doing whatever I wanted, playing as many games as I wanted because I had like zero responsibilities, because homework was not as big of a responsibility as catching all the Pokemon, in my opinion. So yeah, that's what I did. I loved this game. It was fun. And wasn't this the first one with like internet too? Like with
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's part
Nintendo
of the
Wi-Fi
it was the first one on the DS. So.
Yeah. That's part of the reason why I loved it so much too, because I was able to play with like, people like you guys, that I don't live next to, like obviously we never played together, but like it was just cool. It was just different.
Mm-hmm.
So I think like make or break for me with this game, there's a couple of things that can make or break. If this game has like platinum post-game stuff, if this game has like the battle, whatever it was, Battle Frontier, where you can go and you can do all the cool like after game stuff, Day one, sign me up. I'll power through the story and get right to that.
And on that point, people have noticed there's one NPC that appears in Platinum that was in the trailer.
Yeah.
So it's possible.
Hopeful. So that would be really nice. I guess round 2 would be if this game is going to be like super compatible with Sword and Shield, If after you finish playing it, you can import all of your Sword and Shield Pokemon over kind of thing and like, use all the modern Pokemon in this game.
Oh, then I didn't even think about it that way. I thought about it the other way.
Yeah, no,
like
then
maybe they're working on the sprites in Gen 8.
Then I'd be interested. I have to be able to... This game has to be able to... Yeah, go on.
Oh, no, I was just to say, what I was thinking was almost the opposite. Man, I really hope that I can import
Pokemon Go?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I need this game to be able to do something for like my main Pokemon experience.
Sure.
Either I want to have that battle facility where I can like hardest thing I can do, or I want to be able to like bring the team that I've built from Sword and Shield into this game kind of thing. If I can't do any of that and it's just a remake of, and there's nothing great to get out of it, if there's no like, cool thing that I can do in this game that I can't do in any other game, then I'll probably just kind of skip it, But like maybe it'll have like the contests or something, like a contest hall would be fun. I would get it for that, So we'll see. I've never really had much of an interest in replaying these games, but if there's something cool in them, I'll definitely pick them up. So
for sure.
There is a game I'm very interested in playing though that I'd love to talk about if we're done talking about these. Can I talk about it?
There's not much else to say about them, so I guess we can let you go.
Yeah,
they
Pokemon
talked about
Snap.
that too, actually.
No, it's not Pokemon Snap. Guys, totally out of left field. Pokemon
kidding,
Legends
right?
Arceus. Oh my god. So like back when like Breath of the Wild was new and exciting and it was 2017, and we were all allowed to go outside and breathe oxygen. There were all these fake screenshots of like a new Switch Pokemon game, and it was just like Breath of the Wild engine with like Ash in the shot. They like photoshopped out Link and put Ash in, and I was like, oh, that would be fun of a free roaming Pokemon experience. We're getting it.
Mhm.
Oh my God, guys. It looks so good. You get to walk the overworld. You get to throw Pokeballs. They've already shown that there is going to be like actual battling, but it happens in real time. Like you just engage in a battle and you start battling other Pokemon. Like it just looks so much like what I wanted from a next-gen Pokemon game, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
I am cautiously optimistic for this
Me
one.
too.
Like this looks really
The only
good.
thing that could make it better is if they announce that, like, okay, and you can go join Blample Clamp with Lucas and Steve in their world or whatever, you know? So, like, that would be
That
so
would be
cool.
getting to roam with other players. Don't tempt me with that. You now I'm not going to be satisfied. Now, again,
Is
he's
any
not here.
Nintendo fan ever satisfied?
Exactly.
Truth.
He is not here to state his opinions, but he has stated them to us privately. Justin was concerned about the frame rate in this game, so that is something I noticed that too. When the Pokemon are like in the in the overworld far away, they've got that like one frame of animation as they're like flying up and down kind of thing. So there's work yet to be done here, but man,
Oh, but
just-
it's also not slated until a 2022 release.
yeah, give
So
me
they
that.
got plenty of time.
Give me that game. Again, the Diamond and Pearl hater in me is a little peeved that this one also takes place in Sinnoh. Good region for an open world game. It's got the big mountain in the middle. I'm starting to think a giant mountain is like a necessity for a free roaming game at this point. But the characters just look like kind of like traditional Japanese versions of like the Gen 4 starters. Like it's clearly just Dawn in like a kimono and Lucas in a
Sure.
basically the same outfit. So I don't know. It's a little weird. It's a little out there.
Well,
I'm
they're
really excited.
they're mixing the starter Pokemon this time too.
Yeah, I
We've
think
got
I want to go with
Cyndaquil, we've got Rowlet, and
Samurott.
who's our other one? Samurott.
whatever the unevolved version.
Oshawott?
Oshawott. I think I want a Rowlet. I think I want to have an owl flying around with me while I'm out catching,
Yeah.
Pokemon. They all feel too. All the starters feel like very Japanese to me. Like Rowlet, the archery is kind of a given. Samurott, obviously a samurai, and then I don't know. Cyndaquil just kind of
So,
feels like a nice third fit. in that.
I was actually watching a video on that, and evidently Typhlosion has some sort of a Japanese samurai meaning behind it if you look up the Japanese name for it,
That would make sense.
which
Makes
you would
sense,
probably do.
Yeah.
So you'll have to look into that and see what it means, because it was kind of a cool video
Nice
while I
one,
was
Steve.
watching it.
Yeah, no, it feels very Japanese, right? Which is something that the Pokemon games have kind of been lacking ever since, again, like Gen 5 came out and we started going to different regions, like,
Right.
Europe and America and, France and that kind of thing. Like, I really liked, like, Gen 2, like, going and like, battling the Kimono sisters, going to the different towns that all had these kind of, like, uniquely Japanese vibes. So I'm kind of excited, I mean, I'm not expecting there to be like towns and stuff because they've already said it's going to take place in like the distant past. So I'm getting ready to put on my like Breath of the Wild tinfoil hat and be like, okay, I gotta be ready for this. There's probably not going to be much in the way of like NPC interactions and stuff. I got to enjoy what I can get out of it. But I don't know. I'm excited. So we'll see what happens with that, I
Yeah,
guess.
it should be fun.
I'm
yeah.
But will Darkrai make an appearance? That's the important question.
like you said, I'm cautiously optimistic about this one because it
Yeah.
looks like everything I ever wanted, but like, who knows? Let's find out.
Yeah. I'm
Did they give
pretty
a date?
excited. Just 2022.
Okay.
So stay tuned for that. We'll
Oh.
be back in a year.
And for the Diamond and Pearl remakes, we're getting those later this year.
Probably the same time as we get every like new
Yeah,
Pokemon
probably
game.
November.
Yeah, if I had to bet. So I think that's it for the news, right? We don't have anything else we wanted to talk about here, did we?
Smash, but none of us
Oh,
have played
yeah.
it.
Yeah, Pyra came
Yeah.
out today, but none of us have tried that yet. So stay tuned next week for our in-depth analysis of the new character.
Yeah, right.
We're gonna take
Eugene will have it.
We're going to take a very quick break, and we will be right back, and we're going to talk about the games that we've been playing and answer some of your questions.
Bye. Lucas. Let's level out the
Hi,
music
everybody.
first. Let's go with Steve, because I don't like to hear myself.
Do you want a really easy way to get a hold of us? All you've got to do is go to Infendo.com, and you can see everything we're up to and get links to everywhere to find us. Do you want a really easy way?
Good enough.
Good enough.
It would be better if I wasn't talking, but it's fine.
That's why I chose you instead of me. Here we go.
Do you want a really easy way to get a hold of us? All you've got to do is go to Infendo.com, and you can see everything we're up to and get links to everywhere to find us.
We're back. We're talking about the games we've been playing. I can predict 90% of how this segment's going to go because I've been talking to you guys all week. Let's start with arguably the most predictable of the three of us here. Steve.
Eugene.
What have you been up to?
I can't disagree with you, honestly.
So, Lucas, we missed something last show.
Did we?
We hunted
Well, we weren't
the
here
living
last
crap.
show.
No, the last show we did.
Oh, okay.
We hunted the living crap out of Milcery and we didn't even talk about it.
We did. Oh my god.
How many of those
Eugene.
raids did we do?
So we kept recycling the same raid over and over, and we managed to catch 15 between the two of us that we then divvied up like pirate booty. We got through about 4 or 5 of the shiny Milceries.
And then midnight happened.
It was midnight Steve's time, and he was the host, so we lost it. So then he's on the phone. He's like driving out to get dinner. He's coming back. He's hitting the buttons. He's trying to find a raid. Finally, he messages me at like 10 o'clock. He's like, "I got a raid. Let's go." We raided for like 3 hours, and we got all of his Milceries.
I half expected you to say Steve drove an hour into the other time zone and we started raiding again.
Oh, well, you don't even want to
If
know.
only.
Steve kept. It's all right, Steve? I can
do you
say
want
the
me?
secret
Do you want me to
sauce.
explain it? Yeah.
He basically kept leaping forward a day in the calendar to recycle.
Oh,
the
boy.
raids,
Hey,
so
okay.
So it's even worse, Eugene. It's a whole thing. So what you do is you drop a wishing piece and you save, and then you go into it. And if it's a Milcery, well, if it's one of the promoted raids, is what they're called, which in this case was just Milcery, you know you've got a promoted wishing piece. And we know that Milcery was 2% of the 5-star raids. So if it was a 3-star, you search for friends locally.
I feel like I explained
back out.
this just like you did, but without
Yeah.
all the extra stuff.
Yeah, you back out, you change the time, you go back in. Yeah, it's a whole thing. I think I had. Do we know how many months forward I had to leap?
You were about a month and a half, I think, if I remember.
Is that
right.
all?
Yeah, because
So-
it was like every few weeks you'd find like a Milcery. Now you might be asking, those of you who listen to the show frequently, why did they get 15 of the same shiny Pokemon? Well, you obviously
Because
don't
Steve
listen
has
enough.
a problem.
Because Steve wanted one of every kind of alchemy that you can get from evolving it.
And there's 7.
And then, once Steve did that, I was like, well, I guess if we're doing this anyway, screw it. I might as well get them too.
But you also needed a Milcery. I already had one.
Yeah, I wanted to fill up my Pokedex. So, so needless to say, we did that, and that's the thing.
I feel stressed just listening to all
You
this.
should. It's stressful.
Welcome to my life, Eugene.
While we're
So
on the
speaking of
subject.
stress.
Oh, okay. Who wants to go next?
I'm not done. I still got more stuff to talk about, bitch. So while we're on the subject of
There's a
stress,
pizza.
I purchased 7 GameStop deals of the day back on February 11th because I thought that I had to have every color.
You all remember this.
Those
He bought all the
Digimon
Digimon toys. Yeah.
I finally have them, all 15 of them, and that is what I've spent the bulk of my week playing. Yeah, there's 15 different colors. In fact,
I'm doing the math
for those
right
of you
real
watching-
quick, and it's not
As
good.
somebody
Don't.
else who suffers from obsessive compulsive disorder, Steve, let me just say there are
Wow!
options.
Wow!
And then there's one that hit me in the face too.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
So yeah,
You
so that was
could tile your walls with
so I've
those.
been playing. I know it's a glorious picture if you look at it in my Discord. So I'm down. I've done all 5 of the exclusive eggs on the 5 different versions. Now I'm 100%ing my glow-in-the-dark one, which is the one I really wanted.
He's keeping a Tumblr post of his progress on
Reddit.
this. A Reddit post of his
I was like,
progress. on-
Tumblr?
What is it?
What's Tumblr?
What is it?
R
R slash
slash
Casa
Casa
de
de
Gentis.
Gentis.
Yeah.
Oh boy! Why?
Yeah,
How
so if you want to see what I'm up to.
Okay, so we're not talking about games we're playing.
away.
Now I want to talk about social media you're playing. When did you start a Reddit? Are you like the social
10
media?
days ago.
Oh my goodness gracious! I'm going to
10
r/Casa.
And I did.
We're going.
r/Casa de Gentis. You can get there through my Discord at linktr.ee/gentis. There, I got my plug. Now, for the other game that I've been playing, Minecraft Dungeons Flames of the Nether. The DLC came out on the 24th, and I've already completed the DLC almost. I'm missing one item to fill up my check marks, I guess, because that's what you do in a Diablo game. You get all the check marks, right? So yeah, so we're almost there. I've done all 6 levels, and I did my first ancient hunt, and those things are ridiculously difficult. So you basically pay items to get in, and then once you get in, depending on the items you gave, it can summon X amount of ancients, which are really big, really tough versions of regular enemies, and they come with a small army of other enemies. So my ancient was a giant spider, a giant glowing spider, and he had an army of like 15 enchanted creepers. I don't know how I killed the spider because those creepers are jerks, and they kept killing me. So I finally killed it, grabbed my gear, and ran for my life and survived the level. So that was fun. I also, my level that's recommended is Apocalypse +5. I had to kick it down to Apocalypse +2 just to survive. So they're no joke.
How many people do you have with you in your guild, or is it just you? Are you soloing this?
Well, I'm soloing this. I had Lucas at one point was playing with me, but he fell off. Then I was able.
Me.
Yeah. Then I was able to recruit EP Knothead and 3 Hellhound, and they have not played with me for a couple of weeks now. So I'm soloing this stuff, and it's hard.
So second question. How does the game scale if, like, you know, you're crazy +9 or whatever you're at, and then Lucas is still, you know, trying to level to the highest levels? Does it scale right?
Doesn't.
Okay,
well,
that's what
it does. It takes Lucas's tiny level and my high level and takes the average of 2, and that's the recommended level.
Which
so
doesn't
I'm
really do
overpowered
jack.
and he's underpowered.
Really doesn't do jack when you're like level 8 and he's level Apocalypse +9.
Yeah, it makes me overpowered, and Lucas just walks behind me and collects experience.
Yeah, so if Steve and I ever end up playing this game, it'll end up being, I think, me, like, either Steve will restart and do a new character again.
I told you I would, for the 3rd time.
Or I'll do it solo and get to, like, Steve's level and then be like, all right, let's play one level together. So, yeah.
Yeah, and then we stop. So the nice thing is, there's 2 more expansions. I was talking to Lucas. They seem to be doing them in reverse order from how they did it in Minecraft proper. So the first DLC we got was Howling Peaks, which isn't even out yet for Minecraft proper. That's the mountain expansion. And then they gave us the Nether update, which was the last expansion in Minecraft proper. The next one we're getting in Dungeons is Aquatic, which was the last expansion. And then we're getting the End, which was the one before that. So they're doing it exactly backwards, which makes no sense.
Well, it makes some kind of sense if they're going exactly backwards, I guess.
Yeah, but what are they going to do after that? Redstone? They've run out of ideas at that point.
Yeah, Eugene, what are they going to do? Redstone?
I mean, I guess they could do whatever comes after.
You idiot.
Hills. Oh no, they can do the cave update, Lucas, because that's still coming too.
There you go.
Damn
God,
it,
leave it to Eugene to talk about Minecraft.
Right?
For real. Minecraft Steve's in Smash, so I'm a Minecraft player now, apparently.
It's true.
Yeah, now you're a Minecraft
You are.
person.
Exactly.
You pivoted.
My wife and I have also been playing Super Mario 3D World. That's fun. We haven't made a lot of
enjoying
progress. It's good. We just haven't made a lot of progress in the last couple weeks because, you know, life.
You've been playing a lot of Minecraft Dungeons.
Yeah, and Digimon. I have a problem. Somebody else go.
It's a good problem, though. It's a good problem to have. I'll go.
That I spent that much money on a deal of the day and GameStop's banned for life? Yes, Lucas, why don't you go?
Yeah, so I also have a problem. That problem is I can't get the freaking shiny Pokemon I've been trying to get.
Oh, yes.
So about a week and a half ago, I messaged Steve. It was probably a Monday afternoon, and it was kind of balmy, a little cool, out for a walk, listening to some Pokemon
I love how
music.
he sets this tone.
And I think to myself, who is my most competitive Pokemon friend? And I think that would be Steve. So I'm going to message Steve, and I'm going to have a battle with Steve where we go all out, our best Pokemon. None of this Ivysaur stuff, like my best team against his best team, right? So I message Steve. I say, let's make this happen. Then I'm sitting there.
And then I message Lucas, and I'm like, we're going to make this even harder on Lucas. So I say, let's just not battle. We need to battle when you can capture the video, and then we're going to upload it to Twitch.
So it's going to be a whole thing. We're going to do a thing for our episode.
I edited my trainer card. I put on a new outfit for this battle.
We're messing around.
We're ready for this battle. So then I'm sitting there, and I'm looking at my competitive team, my best team, and I'm realizing I've got about 5 good Pokemon here, but I'm missing
they're all
a
probably
6.
shiny.
And then I think to myself, actually, I don't think any of the ones on my team are shiny right now. Then I think to myself, I want this specific Pokemon that I'm not going to mention here because I want it to be a surprise when I battle Steve. I need to get this Pokemon.
What was that Pokemon?
And I want this Pokemon as a shiny. So I'm going to shiny breed for this thing. I start shiny breeding.
The odds are like 1 in 512.
Monday night, Sunday night, whenever I start breeding for this thing. The odds are
3 days before the battle.
The odds are 1 in 512. I am at 1,140 eggs, and I have yet to get this thing. It has been a week and a half since I messaged Steve.
And now we're running out of time because we need to have this battle by the next time we record Hyper Voice because it's actually the topic of our next Hyper Voice.
We already told everyone it was going to be the topic, so it's going well.
This is what I get for having confidence.
So, fun fact, on top of all that, my change in the system is going to be relatively short this week, because I have challenged myself to create a game in a week. So I started working on that Saturday night, and I will end working on it next Saturday night. That's my week of game design from start to finish, building a game as best I can. Making a game does not give you a lot of free time to chain for Pokemon.
Sure.
So even though I've hit over 1,000 shiny Pokemon, that's like an hour and a half at night after I'm completely burnt out on like coding, where I Lucas, jump in and I start doing this.
I do want to say Andy's throwing down in the Twitch chat. He says,
"Get it, Andy."
Well, that sounds like the next project. I mean, who doesn't have a full shiny competitive team? To which I replied, "Mine for the battle is." To which he replies, "Well, then Lucas is letting the side down right now. The video can't be done if there are some non-shinies."
Whoa!
It's not happening, Andy. It's not happening.
Okay, wait. So hold on. But what happens if you catch the shiny, but it's in the wrong ball? Do you still have to keep chaining?
Already taken care of it. I'm breeding it in the Safari Ball.
Perfect.
Yep. All good.
And he doesn't have to worry about gender either.
Everything else can be stopped. I don't care what gender this Pokemon is. That's rare for me. I'm usually very picky.
I know
why when you see what Pokemon this is. I don't care about ability because I can change that with an in-game item. Everything else is set. I can do everything I need to do. I just need to hatch the darn thing. So that's my project.
Remember my Pikachu debacle?
Yeah. That was 999.
Yeah, he just thought he had to beat me. So.
Fun fact, while I was chaining for the shiny Pokemon, I randomly encountered a shiny Sneasel in the wild and caught that. So
yeah, you sent me
that.
You sent me a picture of that. I was like, wow, I was like in the main game too. That's pretty good.
So that was cool. I was just riding my bike in a circle and I ran into it. So that happened. I have been playing a little bit of Path of Exile, which is another very Minecraft dungeon-esque game. I've also been playing a little bit of Grand Theft Auto 5. I've been playing both of those with my friends who would yell at me if I forgot to mention it, so this is me mentioning it. That's about all I have to say about that. Great games, great times. Guys, let's play again soon. The only other game I've been playing is Animal Crossing New Horizons. That is the game that I go to when I'm burnt out on everything else. The game design has strained me to my limits. Pokemon shiny hunting is getting me nowhere and I'm exhausted. The lights go off, I lay in bed, and I fall asleep to the soothing sounds of my Animal Crossing town. I'm enjoying it, guys. every time I boot up the game, I feel myself being pulled a little bit farther back to New Leaf, because every time I like as I'm making more and more of this city, I'm re-experiencing all the emptiness that this game has outside of like the decorating, you know. And I'm really hoping that they fix that. Like I just write a bunch of dialogue, patch it into the game, make it everything I ever wanted this game to be, Nintendo. But I'm sticking with it for now because I've got a lot of projects to work on still. So that's kind of all a big thing. Rose of Death, actually, one of our listeners, came to my island and gave me 4 million bells.
Oh,
so that was very appreciated. That money went to good use. My casino house has been upgraded 2 or 3 times. I built a bunch of bridges and stairs and everything. So yeah, that was very much appreciated. I've still got about 2 million bells left. Been playing those in the stock market to keep my money up and stuff. So, you know, that's going well. But yeah, no, that's pretty much it, really. It's been a lot of kind of filler games to give me something to do at the end of the day. Eugene, what about you?
You guys don't even want to know because it's all the same stuff.
Pokemon
I do want to
Go.
I do want to talk about
Jedi Path of Exile.
I do want to talk about those a little bit, but mainly I want to talk about the event that happened over the weekend, right? It was
the event. Wait, which event?
The Pokemon Go, the Kanto event, right? That was 2 weekends
that last
ago.
Weekend?
That was
2 weekends.
That was 2 weekends ago, but I didn't get to talk Pokemon Go because Justin was here and he doesn't care about none of that stuff. So I'm gonna talk all about Pokemon Go with you two Pokemon kids.
Let's talk about Pokemon
I
Go.
like Pokemon.
I caught
like Pokemon Go.
many shinies from that event. It was the greatest event of my life. I got maybe not all the shinies that I wanted, but most of the shinies I wanted. I caught like 3.
I got the shiny I wanted during that event. Actually.
That's awesome.
How so?
Because I traded someone on the GTS.
Oh,
for
yeah, you got your shiny
Sword and Shield.
You got your shiny.
Well, that works too. I
did get my shiny during the Kanto event.
I got 3 shiny Drowsies. Drowsies is my favorite Pokemon, and I got 3 of them. I was like freaking pumped. Like, oh my god. The one thing that I didn't get though was my shiny Mewtwo because they were like there was a lot of raids going on and didn't get any shiny legendaries, so that was a little bit of a bummy. But you know,
I caught a second Articuno. That was my only legendary during the event.
Serious?
Yeah, I caught an Articuno.
Didn't get a Zapdos yet?
Of course not, dude. Me and Heather and Eugene tried to raid, but it was just the 3 of us and we couldn't take it down.
Yeah.
We were this close, but we just couldn't take it
so
down.
close.
Next time you do one of those, shoot me a text. And I will help you get a Zapdos.
Okay.
We'll hit you up.
But you gotta text me.
Here's the problem, though. Usually Heather is the one initiating the raid, so that kind of falls on, like, you know,
there's a chain of command. Yeah.
we gotta get that woman on Discord, man.
Eugene,
That's the thing we gotta do.
Give Heather my number and just have her text me. And I will jump on. If I get a random text message from an Albuquerque number, I'll know who it is.
Saying, hey, you want to do the Zapdos?
We'll make it happen. I mean, if that's what it takes, we'll make it
Seriously,
happen.
I will help. You just have to text me so I don't miss it.
So I got my shiny Blossom, which was my #1 goal.
Ooh, nice.
Here I go again. I wanted a female.
Yeah, I remember.
Looks like a female. So I was like, I want a female Oddish I can turn into a Blossom. I got 3 Oddishes before I got my female. So that was fun. And I got a shiny Ponyta, which was one of my, bucket list Pokemon. Did not get my shiny Dratini. I tried hard to get that Dratini. I went all
Heather got
round.
one. I was so mad. Because we were driving around right before the event was about to end, getting dinner, and she's like, well, let's go home. We're never going to get it. It's like, there's so many Dratinis around here. And she's like, fine. And then she got one and I didn't, and I was so mad. Anyways.
Yeah, that bugs me actually. No, I've been wanting that shiny. That's the reason I started playing Pokemon Go for shiny Dragonair. I want a shiny Dragonair, So
you could just hatch one, and then it could be in a love ball or something.
Never again. I will never hatch another shiny after this.
You say that, and Eugene, we have this recorded. I will make note of when this is, and when the next time he says it, we're gonna have you sound.
Dadgummit, I will never hatch me another shiny Pokemon as long as I live.
If I was into the main game, I would, as much as you guys were, I would think that Pokemon Go would be like a godsend, right? Because the shiny...
Oh, it's bread and
gold
freaking
mine.
butter.
Yeah, because the shiny rates in Pokemon Go are obviously a lot higher, I mean, seemingly, than the main game, right? So, like, if you're looking for shinies, that's where you're at, I feel.
Yep. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Why do you think I got a shiny Celebi from there?
The thing about
Sure.
Pokemon Go is it's more random. You don't get to choose what you're hunting, you know? So, like,
Sure.
whereas I want this specific Pokemon, I
Oh,
can't
he
just...
almost did it.
I can't just get that in Pokemon Go. I have to wait for there to be either an event or I just have to get lucky. Maybe if it's a specific type, like a grass type, I can throw down a grassy lure and I can, you know, try to chain like grass types, but it's very hard to get what you actually want. It's just kind of like random lucky shinies.
And
you know?
because there's always a set amount of Pokemon in the pool, right? So, like, even if you do drop that grass lure, there's a set amount of, like, what, 10 or whatever Pokemon that
there's maybe
even
like
could come from
there's
that.
maybe like a 2% chance I'll find an Oddish, you know. If that's what I'm
Right.
looking for.
Yeah, it's rough, but, like, that's the life you lead if you're an addict like I am. I paid $12 for that event, and I didn't bat an eye, like, at all. Like, Niantic, what have you done to me?
Do you feel like you got your money's worth out of it, though?
Actually,
With
yeah,
what you got out of it?
100%. Oh, yeah, 100%. Like, it was fun
That's
because,
what
you know,
matters.
the wife and I got to spend, like, a whole... Was it just the one day? Just Saturday, right? So we got to spend,
It was
like...
just Saturday.
Yeah, we got to spend the whole day Pokemoning, and it was just, like, fun, you know? Like, it was just fun. But that's it, because you guys don't want to hear about Jedi because I haven't beat it yet. But I wish one of you guys was playing it, specifically you, Steve, because I really think that you would get... Well, Steve is into Star Wars lore, and I want to talk about I want to talk about like what happens because it's got a really good story actually, and it like ties into.
So what system do I have to play it on?
Anything
PC,
that
right?
it's Xbox One or PlayStation 4 or PC or PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X. So take your pick.
Okay. And a full price game?
Well, if you get it on
Probably.
Xbox, it's on Game Pass because I'm playing it for free that way.
But it's going away soon, right?
I thought it was, but I thought it was actually going away this month,
Okay.
but it didn't. So.
And here's the deal breaker question. Can I beat it before the 26th?
If you put it on easy, probably. What's the 26? What's the stipulation between the 26? I'm so confused.
Monster Hunter.
Oh my God.
Our lives
I-
end on the
I
26th.
have
I
taken
should
the
have
26th.
known.
Eugene, I specifically took an extra week of that horrible on-call
You
that I
fool.
have to do just so I could move the time off to the weekend of
We've
the
both
26th.
we've both got the day off. We're both ready to that's our day. That's our vacation day. We both will like be talking to each other and be like, boy, I'd really like to start this game. I'll be like, oh, you can't. It's almost the 26th. Like
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
is
we were just
happening.
talking about one today, actually.
Oh,
Like, I
God.
can't start anything I want to start right now.
It's like, is it Lent?
because
Are you
it
giving
is
up
the
video
4th.
games for 40 days? Like, what's happening?
Oh, are you kidding me? Do
We're
you
giving
know
up-
what would
we're
happen
giving
if
up-
I gave up video games?
We're
for
giving up
Lent?
inferior video games for the one true game. Yes.
I almost bought a
boy.
game today, and I was like, no, Monster Hunter's right around the corner. Today. I was going to buy a game today.
Oh God, I do not have the. I want to play that game. I don't think I would get as sucked in as you guys would, obviously, because you guys are gonna put like 400,
would.
500 hours. But
Oh, but
looks
that's like the tutorial, dude.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, that's the first couple missions.
God,
It doesn't
You
even
guys-
start getting
you guys are
good
making
till
me
hour
sick.
90.
I'm really hyped. Hey, I never want to hear you talk about Pokemon Go again. Then
I'm not even gonna be able to put 1,000 hours into anything. Maybe Pokemon Go. Like that's the one thing that I'll.
Hey,
I'm
be
sure
able-
you've already
you've
put
put
1,000
1,000
hours into Pokemon
Definitely.
Go.
You've put
I-
1,000 hours on your Switch.
I'm pretty sure you can check. I don't even want to know. Let's see. Somebody
Oh,
go on.
Lord.
Let's end this thing.
All right. Well, I guess while Eugene is checking that out, Steve, you can read the question block question.
Yeah, so this one's kind of ironic. Slacker No Mo Money
Oh,
asks us in our
because we've
Discord.
because we've killed the Patreon.
No, not because of that. I was making fun of him for something else somewhere,
Yeah.
and so now he is Slacker No Mo Money. in Discord.
He's evolving.
He says, or he asks, have you ever had a near-death experience? And can you tell us about it?
I've had a couple, actually. And I would love to.
I haven't had a near-death experience, but I will tell you about the most scary experience that I've had in recent memory.
Do it.
Last summer, I don't know if I talked about this on the show. Last summer, I totaled my car. I pulled out onto a street. I was making a left onto a street, and it's a kind of mainish thoroughfare, so the speed limit's 50 miles per hour. And I thought I had more room than I did, and I looked over, and the car's coming at me. I didn't hear brakes. I didn't hear anything. Because of my gamer reflexes, I was able to accelerate a little, and rather than the car T-boning me, they hit me square in like the back of the passengers, or the back of the backseat door right behind the driver's door. Deployed my airbags, totaled the car, but I was able to get up and walk out of it. So, like I say, not really near death, but scariest thing I can remember.
I remember when that happened, it was like, I think the day of a podcast, if I remember correctly, and you're like,
well, so
something like that.
Our dog had just passed away last year.
That's
and
right.
her vet had passed away. We had passed away a couple months before, but we had found out like the week before I totaled my car, and I was on my way home from her funeral service, or her service of life, or her celebration of life.
You were a little shaken.
Yeah, last year sucked.
That probably kind of contributed a little bit to the whole situation.
Yeah, and it was on a podcast night. Yeah. I do remember that. So
why wouldn't it be?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
exactly.
No kidding.
So for those of you that wondered where I was in all of June and July last year, that's a little bit of what happened that I never really talked about on the show.
So my nearest near-death experience, I've had the I'm walking to a gas station and I almost get hit by a car. One time my mom and I got stuck on a train track for a few minutes, like as the thing was coming down. I forget exactly how we got stuck on it, but that was a thing that made me afraid of being on train tracks for a while. But I think the nearest near-death experience I ever had was when I was single digits and I was over at my friend Jake Huber's house for his birthday, and I fell in the pool. Now, I was not a good swimmer. I didn't do a lot of things on time. I didn't learn how to ride a bike until I was later. I didn't learn how to swim until I was later. So I didn't know how to swim until I was about like 13 or 14, if I had to guess. So I fell in the pool and I just went like remember like Sonic just like sinking down to the bottom with his arms crossed. Like it was pretty much that exact moment. And I was just like, I guess I'm gonna drown now. And Jake actually like his birthday, he dove in and he got me out, and that was that whole thing.
Wow,
but,
that's crazy.
Yeah, but that was probably the nearest to near death that I've experienced. So enjoy that, Slacker. You feed on our misery.
Right.
I don't really have anything to contribute to this other than the experience that our previous administration put us in that almost killed the entire country. But
that is pretty near death. I actually have another one I can tell that's not really a near death experience, but it's funny. And Eugene, you're gonna have to get the pikas ready. I know for me that's a real one. But actually just a single pika. But me and my mom were flying up to Idaho to visit her mom, my grandma. And we're in the plane and it starts shaking a little bit, and we're like, okay, neither one of us are super into flying. We both get a little freaked out, and it starts shaking a little bit more, and all of a sudden the pilot comes on the radio and just goes, "What the shit?" And then the radio cuts out.
Oh no,
that's not good.
And then he comes on like 2 minutes later. He's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize. We will be landing shortly at our scheduled destination." I'm like, "Ooh!" So that was
I would be suddenly wearing my brown pants.
That was a moment. When I fly, I kind of just I turn on a switch in my head that, like, I accept death in that moment. It's like, I am turning my life over to this machine that we have built, and there is nothing I can do to prevent my own demise. So when we take off, until we touch down, I'm ready to die. And that's how I got through my flight to Europe.
I hate flying.
I am not a fan. I'm not a fan of flying. The concept of just kind of hanging in a box that I know how
like
dumb
bounding in the
are.
sky, yeah.
that us dumb people built something that can fly in the air, and I'm supposed to believe it's just gonna work. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I hate flying, Eugene. The amount of anxiety I had to deal with the last 2 times I've seen you would just blow your mind. I hate flying.
I don't like flying, but I don't hate it as much as you guys. I remember, Steve, as soon as you got off of... Oh, go ahead.
I think I'm probably closer to you, Eugene, than to Steve. I don't like
Sure.
once I'm on the plane, I'm just like, let's go, but like...
Well, I don't like write out my will before I go on a plane like you do apparently, but like I guess I should. But Steve, I remember when you got off of the plane and you got to New Mexico, like you were a pile of nerves, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, I am a basket case when I fly. So,
yeah.
No thanks.
Cool.
Well, that's our question block question, and I think that's it. So that's actually kind of the end of the show. So with that momentous occasion, I guess we're gonna get out of here.
It's an
Before we
interesting
do,
way to end it.
yeah, right. Well, I have another way to end it. You guys can tell us where we can find you because we didn't do that at the top of the show. So let's do that real quick. Let's get these plugs out of the way. Steve, you've already mentioned yours once on the show. Where can we find you?
Yeah, I have links to all my places at my Linktree account, which is linktr.ee/Gentis. Just put that into a web browser and go where you want to go.
Fair.
Eugene.
You can find me at linksteve.infendo/Discord. And then if you go there, make sure to type in the coupon code Feeling Great, and then you'll find the secret room on Infendo.com. No, just go to Infendo.com. That's where you're gonna go.
35% off your first order. And you can find me at youtube.com/c/LUKASPEACE. That's where I post neat videos. I'm going to be posting one soonish about the game that I mentioned tonight. So go check that out when it's ready, and you can see how I made this thing and if it's good. And I like that.
I like the sprites. I want to say that I like the sprites. I like the sprites a whole lot.
I'll interrupt the entire show if you want to just keep complimenting me.
After that, his next video is going to be the hatching of those 1,000 or so eggs.
Yeah, that'd be pain.
Lucas, it's easy to do. All you got to do is videotape one and do it 1,000 more times.
Like at egg 1,000, I started thinking, God, I should have been recording this process. This is the kind of thing people get clicks for. So anyway, you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you for listening to our insanity. We will be back next week with another episode. Probably our other host. Maybe we'll all get to do a show together for once.
No, it's not going to happen. We're not allowed to be all 4 of us.
Bye-bye.
Adios.
Peace.